that's really good. It's got a golden, I think it's the 10th edition magic sign with a money symbol in it. So it's M and then a money symbol wrapped around a gold emblem. And it's just called MTG price. Gotta have internet connection. Of course. Gosh, I cannot stop. I got hiccups. What it does, it's, I think, based off of the magic.info database. So you type in any card that you... I'm gonna really punch myself in the face. You type in any card that you want to look up. So if you got a question about, like, let's say Avatar Woe, how many sets, different sets does Avatar Woe come in? You type in Avatar Woe, especially if you don't know how to spell a card name exactly right, it'll help spell it for you. And like, I'm just gonna keep using the example. You type in Avatar Woe, it'll come up with all the sets that she's in, like the Graveborn deck. She's been remade into the Graveborn deck. She's in the, of course, Apocalypse, and she was remade in 10th edition or either the 2012 core. So, you know, it will tell you that information, and then it'll give you a price from because they're all, of course, different prices. Like, of course, the Avatar Woe from the oldest set, which is Apocalypse, is worth the most. And or either maybe she comes in the Liliana, the Planeswalker Liliana discard deck, Liliana Vest discard deck. So it gives you the different prices from each set that card is in, and it also gives you a high and a low. It doesn't give you a high, mid, and low. Mid being like the common price for maybe the average sales on eBay. It just gives you a mid, sorry, it just gives you a low and high, and that's a good thing. So because the secret tip, I don't like to reveal a lot of my tips, but the secret tip to being successful as a buyer on eBay is, of course, the price that you buy at. Actually, well, I'm reverse that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. The secret tip on eBay as a seller is not the price that you sell it for. It's the price that you buy it for. Buy low, sell high. So that will give you an idea as a seller and a buyer when it comes to doing your card stuff, maybe, and buying there, selling and buying there, so you know what you should be buying it for, maybe what you should be selling it for. Oh, and now my phone's out of space. There is an update for that app to install the update, and it gives you high and low on conditions. Like, you pull up the specific card, and it's got a drop-down menu that allows you to pick like good, fine, and excellent, and then of course mint condition. I don't worry about mint condition, but like, you know, good being the card has had it's shown a lot of love. It's got a lot of play and worn in, whitening edges, whitening around the edges, and maybe like a crease or something. Fine being better graded, and excellent being much super graded, and, you know, of course, mint condition being mint. Second app is MTG Tracker. And the way they spelt it, so because there's 3 MTG trackers when I went and last checked, is capital M, lowercase t, capital G. So MTG Tracker. And what it does, okay, I'm going to hit it. What it does, when you turn the phone sideways, it doesn't turn sideways. Gives you life, gives you to track your mana pool. You can set up deck list. Like, you can create your own deck list, so if you want to reference to people really fast, like, hey, look at my deck list, or like if you go to the deck list and connect to the internet and you type in, for example, Graveborn, it'll pull up, I gotta update it so it has all the information from 2010 to now, but it'll update all the cards that are in Graveborn and tell you if they're foil or not. It's got a settings menu, it's got a wish list, so you can create a wish list in it and then text, email, or share to Facebook to like your mom or dad or your friends of a wish list of cards you'd want. And then it's got stats. Wow. Okay, so I just hit the stats, and I didn't even know that it does that. That's crazy. Stats breakdown. Look, it gives you a good detailed stats. Let me go over this real quick. Stats breakdown by opponent, which would be mostly low flying goose. Total games played, 14. We didn't use this, and I know the stats now is based on the game from beginning to end. Like you starting the game at 20 points each and one person going down to 0. So if you quit, if you turn the app off at 2, it doesn't record it. Because we made 100 videos, so I know we played over 14 games with the app. Total games played by Low Flying Goose, 14. No, yeah, that would be me, 14. And then I won 7, so that's 50%. We tied 2, which is 14%, and I lost 5, which is 35%. Not bad for the games that were recorded in here. And Low Flying Goose, 14 games played, he won 7, we drew 2, and he lost 5, which I don't think that's right, because out of the 100 videos, I only beat him 3 times because he used his freaking legacy deck against my standard and moderns. It's retarded. So anyways, and there's settings in there by my deck. Okay, so see, that's another thing for the decks. You put in your deck, and then you can put in your opponent's deck, and then it'll record it. And wow, and it's got detailed stats. See, I don't even go through my apps anymore. It's got detailed stats by like your best card that did the most work for you, the card that did the most damage. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I'm sure the update for this, because there's an update for this, would be much improvement. Alright, and then the life. That's what the life counter looks like. You can track poison here on the bottom, and it allows you to add and minus via -1 and -1, -5, 1, and +5. So you know, if you lose 10 points in one turn, you can hit 5 2 times instead of having to sit there go 1 2 3 4 5 10, you know, to 10. Also, it's got a button for you to just hit win, draw, or loss. It's got a search button. Oh, I guess it's got a search button. I don't know. I've never searched in this app because I use the other app just to do my card searching. But it's got a search button. I guess, I don't know. I'll look into that and I'll do a quick little review part 2 on this app. My most favorite thing is because sometimes I don't have enough space to bring all my tokens and my quarters, or I might forget my dice. So it has a little dice part in the app where you can hit, you've got all these different dice, a D20, a D6, I don't know what that D is, a 4-sided dice with only, I don't know. And then you got a coin where you flip the coin, you just say heads. Oh, look, I won that coin flip. Hell yeah. So, you know, that's why I like that app. It's pretty cool. So that is going to wrap it up for Magic the Gathering. And I want, you know, I've had 2 people that asked me over 5 months ago, what are the apps that you use? And I never addressed it. And I'm a man of my word. When I say I'm going to be social, I'm being social. Okay. So hopefully with all that information, you can try to help us come up with her game name.
Yeah, so, you know, guys, throw some things out there for us. So,
yeah. Alright, we're going to take it to her. We're going to take it to Mythic Girl, or Elegant Sapphire,
yeah.
or Mystic Girl, or Mystical Girl, or Gamer Girl. I don't know, take it away, Dragon Con.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to throw out that they do have a website that you can go to in case you missed something or if you want to go deeper for it. So, first thing I want to talk about is the badges. If you are aware of the past few years, a badge was not required, but...
Really?
Yes.
With a big name tag on it?
I'll get to that.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. They have beefed up their security for all of the hotels and on the street, basically, because you have your basketball, your football, and your gay pride weekend, and there have been a lot of crashers, and these people behind DragonCon love to get an accurate number for the whole weekend. And how can you have a whole accurate number if there's people coming and crashing? It is a private event. So if you go and you don't have a badge, you will be removed if you're found inside the hotels, or you will be denied access at any of the access parts. because they do have security at every access.
That's the crazy times that we're living in. That's
Yes.
another thing that reminds me. You know, I fight for our freedoms. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a libertarian. Not in the sense of the left and right paradigm. I'm just talking about true liberty. You know, I expose things. We talked about. She's gonna be right there with me, talking to you guys about cover-ups and conspiracies, and I wasn't gonna bring that up in case we're being censored. Anyways, go ahead.
But anyway, so you have to get a badge. Even if you come for one day, you will not be granted access without a badge. So, and on the back of the badge, you will see that there is a list of rules and regulations. They sell alcohol at certain venues.
That's badass.
At Dragon Con, but if you are caught with a open container that is not from a venue or from a hotel, you will be asked to leave and you may lose your badge, because they are very big on safety. Because if you have seen the Atlanta Marquise, it is tall as hell, and if you get drunk and go over one of the rails, there are rails under that lead to the middle, which is the elevator shaft, which you will end up as ground meat on the ground floor. So, safety as always. And they have a special package that if you get a certain amount of number, I'm not sure about that right now, I haven't mentioned that yet, but if you get it like 5 people or more, you get a discount. But the thing is, you have to pay and register for your badges at the same time. And that brings me to, if you're going to go for one day, usually it is $50 per day. So you want to get there early, like at 8 a.m. because they start processing at either 9 or 10. If you're in the back of the line, you probably will not get a badge for that day because it's gotten so big. So, and let me throw out the website again. It is dragoncon.com.
But the thing is, she's gonna be, especially when it gets closer to next year's venue, we're gonna be giving you, because it's new to me, we're gonna be giving you update information.
Yes.
So if in case you're lazy, and she's like up on that, like white on rice. So
yeah, like they have a list that when people, excuse me, when
hey, we're all here.
yeah, when celebrities, or not even that celebrities sign up, they will give you a list of who has signed. And if they cancel, they will let you know on the homepage who has canceled or if something has changed.
And now that's the only way to get your refund, just like a Ticketmaster
Yes.
concert? Okay.
Yes, that brings me to something. There are some refunds and there are some no refunds. It just depends on who you are wanting to meet or get an autograph from. I know with Authentic Celebrity that if somebody is not available for the cast photos, they will order you one with that person's signature, and you will be able to get everyone else's signature or whoever shows up in that photo. But you have to do your research with that, because sometimes people are not aware and they get really mad when somebody is not there and they are expecting them to be there. So if you're interested, keep up with it or keep up with us. And
yeah, I guess maybe once a month we'll really dive into Dragon Con
because like
how often do they update their sites or with news and stuff? Regularly?
Yeah, just about every day, because the closer it gets, it might be a good idea to check in with us, because their site gets really slow because everybody that is wanting to go is doing their last minute checks, which it has taken like 10 minutes for me just to get to the homepage before. So you really want to keep up with that. And also, there are different sections of Dragon Con. You have your music, your art, your game playing, movies, and
game playing Magic and Pokemon?
yes.
Oh, see, that'll be
Card game
that's
playing.
one reason why I'm
Yeah.
going there. Will they let me record those games there or bring a camera in there?
They might. You would have to talk to them. And they also,
So bureaucratic.
for you guys that are interested, they have sword playing too. So
Do they have LARPing? Live action role playing?
Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's just basically a big mashup
Of
of
nerds.
That's that's what a lot of people say, except for Dragon Con After Night, which is a whole nother subject. That it is a mashup of Star Trek, Star Wars, classic horror fans meets gamers.
Let's clarify with that for them. Are you a Trekkie fan or are you a Star Wars fan? Or neither?
I'm Switzerland on that one because I like both of them.
Okay.
There's actually a war going on.
I'll claim Switzerland too.
There's actually a war going on out there, you people. That some people are trying to say that Star Wars is better, that Star Trek is better, but if you really look into it, there's two totally different things. Star Trek was the universe discovering Star Wars. The universe was already discovered. It's totally different. But that's just my idea.
Okay.
So, I kind of went off on that one, but...
No, it's 12:54. I need to go. I know. We've already been going on some rants. I want her to continue to talk about Dragon Con. We're going to take a slight break. We're going to do 3 segments. And we're going to be quick. I keep cutting you off, I know, and you're my guest. How about this? Let me... I need to go do something, because I got something special I want to bring to you guys. Do you want to continue on by yourself, talking to them, diving into more details about it, or do you want to take a break?
I can keep going.
All right. It's gonna be a little... Okay, when you're done, just hit this button right here on the side. So,
okay.
She's gonna keep going. I'll be back, and we're gonna... I got some antique stuff and 2 collectible things I want to talk about. We got a news article that's a techie article that she wants to cover. Talk to them about the thing we were talking about, not the True Blood, but like the way the panels work.
Okay. Oh yes, that is a very big thing, and that's also another early bird thing. Okay. All right. So he mentioned panels. Panels are basically when you have actors or people that are involved, like directors or producers, on a TV show or movie. And they sit, like we're sitting here, facing you. They are not allowed to have their back to you because one of the points of Dragon Con is to engage with other people and the audience, if you will, of the panel. So they talk about their upcoming projects if they are allowed to, what is going to happen if they are on hiatus or if they are on their break. And it is not for children. It can get very R-rated very quickly, but it is fun, and they do get full house packed. I've been to 2 of them within the past 2 years, and if you really want a good seat, you need to get there at least 30 minutes early, if not an hour. The way the programmings work with Dragon Con is sometimes there's like 2 hours or something in between 2 events, so you have that time to just sit around. So why not just head to a panel or whatever and, you know, hang out in line and talk to the people next to you. Another thing that I'd like to address is the hotel situation. If you are not in Atlanta, that is where it's held, in Atlanta, they offer a hotel and other hotels that are not holding Dragon Con. They give you a Dragon Con discount, but you must read the information very carefully because some of the hotels require at least a 1-night pay with your deposit, which your deposit does not go into the payment of 1 night. That is with most hotels. That's why I say check it very carefully. So you call them up, you find out when they are taking reservations, which you tell them you are with Dragon Con and that you want the Dragon Con discount, they do get very packed before and after Dragon Con. So you will want to make sure that if you need a room or want a room, that you get your money up early and you start calling whenever they start taking reservations. I know that I tried last year to get a room and it was impossible. By the time I got through the line, they were already sold out for Dragon Con. So you must keep on top of that if you are not from Atlanta. And I mentioned Dragon Con After Dark. That is mainly adult themed costumes and activities. So that means no children are supposed to be allowed, but I have seen some there. But anyway, so if you are one of those people that like that kind of stuff that goes on, you know, 12 o'clock is usually the beginning and 6 o'clock is usually the ending of Dragon Con After Dark. And if you don't pay attention to your badge, which they give you all of the rules and regulations on the back of your badge, which is your ticket to all the hotels and events of Dragon Con, you might be cited if you show up early with hardly any clothes on. So that brings me to the badge, which is, it's a clip-on ID tag. You must have your legal name, and if you wish, you can have a character name from a game or a movie along with that. But if you lose your badge at Dragon Con and you do not find it, they will not replace it. So, besides just keeping up with the site and, you know, you guys check it. There's more out there than what I'm saying. So, you know, you guys just go and check. And if you are one of those people that gets really excited about how many days left, they do have a live day counter. So like a month before, they will have in big bold letters 30 days till Dragon Con, and they keep up with that until the day of Dragon Con. And you can go ahead and go on the site. They might have a list already started. It depends on if anybody signed last year for this upcoming year, but keep up with that and you should be good and prepared for next year. So
alright, scoot you around back. So that's one reason why I wanted her to expand on Dragon Con, because when we were talking before this broadcast, honestly, like, I didn't know anything about Dragon Con. I mean, I knew the basis of it, and I knew like what little bit people told me, but it was always different information, and it was never like as detailed as hers, because she's obviously been there, whereas those guys, it was just conjecture.
Well, the thing about Dragon Con is that you have to experience it, because I can say it's a
I can tell.
It's, you know, I could say it's the awesomest thing in the world, but, you know, that doesn't really go off to other people.
People say Six Flags and
yeah,
it's the awesomest thing in the world. So.
Oh, and if you're another world lover, they have a booth there. I think Friday, maybe Saturday nights. It depends on what date it is. They have Netherworld people there, and it's a really good thing to watch them do their thing out in the crowd. So.
All right. Also, we were going to take a break, but we're just going to skip this break. So, what appeals to me is that, you know, it's like what we offer here. They've got a wide range of people that have a bunch of skills. They got a wide range of genres of hobbies and movies, and they cater to the gamers. They cater to the fanboys. They cater to the dresser uppers, the LARPers. So main thing that appeals to me is the gaming stuff. So I can go and meet new people, learn new stuff about that specific area. To me, meeting like Kevin Sorbo or the low-end actors, I would rather meet them than the high-end celebs, because honestly, they're probably more down to earth and real people like us and you guys. So that's all right. It's not something that's the reason I'm going for.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've covered quite a bit. When it comes to, I'm gonna jump topic, change. When it comes to my anthropology videos and some of the stuff when it regards fighting the